major issues that affects the everyday Nigerian may have been pushed aside while we discuss, certificates. Now, big issues around that, okay? Allegations of forgery and counter allegations or allegations and, people debunking and or whatnot. People also calling for resignation of the president based on, you know, um, the deposition by the registrar of the Chicago State University. We've seen all of this. The president's team said no forgery of any kind was done. Some people believe that in advanced climes, we would have seen by now a situation where the president or whoever it is that's involved in such an issue would have resigned, whether true or not, until proper investigation is conducted and the truth is ascertained. In this case, there are several layers of the certificate saga, which probably right because seems like if you peel off one layer, it's like the onion bulb. You peel off one layer, there's a different layer and layers and layers and layers of to the issue. But my focus this morning is on the question: are certificates necessary for leadership? Does a certificate determine good leadership? All right, is that a criteria for good leadership? Because fundamentally, you've heard issues around people arguing. Personally, I'm not one of those who subscribes to a school cert or school certificate. What do you call it? A secondary school leaver being president of a nation like Nigeria, the most populous black nation, which means that we should naturally have, a high number of educated people in this country, and the worst of us should not be leading the best of us. All right. So, based on this argument, some people say, look, certificates have nothing to do with leadership. Anybody could be a good leader. It doesn't matter what qualification they have. So the question is, do qualifications matter in leadership? Okay, because I don't want us to dwell on just the issue of, the certificate was forged or not forged, while that is also an issue of national embarrassment, because fundamentally, if you look at the situation, what this would mean would be that if you present your certificate anywhere in the world, we're not just talking about forgery in the country, we're talking about the certificate of a foreign institution being questioned here. Now, imagine what would happen if you present your Nigerian certificate across the borders. Before now, we've had issues with the way that Nigerian certificates are being scrutinized. A few months ago, there was an issue in the U.S. where it was said that several nurses, forged their certificates, their registration and all to be nurses in the United States. Okay, some of them got fake certificates from Nigeria and went to the United States to practice. So imagine what this will do if the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has these lingering issues of certificate forgery. Whether true or not, now that's not my business. Okay, that's not my concern. Some people have argued that we should have just left this issue of certificates so that we avoid the national embarrassment that would come with it. I, for one, I don't have a position on this, all right? But the question is it going to attract negative reactions to Nigerians when they step in the borders or what you call them now, immigration points of certain countries? Would they face more difficulty when they submit applications for admissions? Your guess is as good as mine. Your guess is 100 as good as mine. Obviously, more people are going to pay more attention to Nigerian certificate, and many people who have legitimate and genuine certificates and qualifications may be turned down on the prejudice of, oh, it's a Nigerian certificate, we can't even trust it. Many people are facing that currently abroad, even before this whole President Tinubu saga. Many people are facing it. So maybe those who say Atiku Abubakar should have left the issue, maybe they're right. Because now it would bring to question every certificate that is presented at entry points, or what do you call them, even admission boards, academic boards, what do you call them again, recruitment boards, all of those. It's going to probably just mess up. It's going to cast a negative cloud over our qualifications and certificates. While I ask the question, does it matter? So let's just trash this out, because public opinion matters, right? If Nigerians agree, because the constitution that says we the people of Nigeria and blah 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 and all of those things, does it really have the input of Nigerians? Did it really consider the feelings and agitations of Nigerians, satisfied with a secondary school leaver being president when a graduate may find it hard to get a job as a security man in some institutions in the country? A national diploma holder, for instance, may not get a job, a well-paying job, and may not cross. In fact, a HND holder who has spent 5 years in a higher institution may not cross level. Is it level 14 or something? I can't remember now. In the civil service, but somebody who has a secondary school certificate can be president. Is that just? Is that fair in any way? Is that equitable? So again, I ask, what are your thoughts? It's Have Your Say Thursday. Join the conversation and let's talk. 090-7353-0044 and 090-8766-8888. I'd love to hear from you. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Obonna. This is Eagles FM. What's your name, please?
Okay. My contribution is to this Chicago certificate saga. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. What I'm saying in a nutshell is that since the Chicago University has already given the certificate out, I think it should not be taken so much, because that can is sort of a system that has been concluded. It is only up to the decision at the Supreme Court to determine the authenticity of the certificate. So I think it should be a bygone issue for now. I want to say congratulations to all teachers all over the world for celebrating Teachers' Day.
World Teachers' Day, absolutely.
I wish them successful professional activity.
All right. Thank you very much.
They are doing a very nice job.
Thank
for
you.
Not bringing of our children in a right and good educational condition.
All right.
I think that is my take.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for calling. Okay. That's one thoughts there. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. This is Ernest from Apo.
Ernest, good to have you join us.
Yeah, the challenge we are having is not issue of asking if a HND or ND holder getting to the point of deputy director or maybe level 14. That is not the problem. The problem, as far as I'm concerned, in this country is the constitution. And what is the constitution say about someone that wants to vie a position of the president? As far as I'm concerned, and stand to be corrected though, I think is a school start or trade test. I stand to be corrected. I'm not too sure. But I think the problem is the 1999 Constitution. And what the former Vice President have is the tertiary institution certificate. We are not challenging his secondary school or the school cert certificate as far as I'm concerned. So as far as I'm also concerned on this matter, the issue is already dead on arrival. Anybody that wants to buy, as soon as you have your primary school, your school leaving certificate, you are as good as good. But where I'm also having a challenge is the form. I don't know what INEC will call it, if it's ECA 14 or 13 or ECA Form 1, that the president filled, that he has this certificate, blah, blah, blah. So the whole thing, as far as I'm concerned, is dead on arrival. And whatever that happens, this is Nigeria. As far as I'm concerned, this is Nigeria. So the issue of the qualification of school starts would be very above the rest.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You see, this statement, "This is Nigeria," means a lot. So if some of you who have had the privilege to read the raw copy of the deposition at CSU by the registrar of CSU, what he said was that the certificate that was issued to INEC did not the school. All right, that's a Nigerian thing to do, which in other words mean that it's a Nigerian thing to forge certificates. That in itself is a national embarrassment if we look at it that way. Okay, some people may interpret it in a different way, but the if you have the opportunity, I would advise that you seek those raw copies, and while we wait the original true copy, maybe read the original true copy for yourself. And in the case of presentation of certificates to INEC, okay, I don't want to talk about the merits or whatever, what this this particular issue, right? I don't want to dwell on this because, as a matter of fact, what's his name? Atiku Abubakar, the former vice president, said he's going to have a world press conference today on the matter. So let's see what comes out of it. But my major concern is the fundamental issue of secondary school certificate or its equivalent being criteria for being president. I mean, once you have that, you can be president. There are other issues coming out of this, but I'm not going to talk about those ones. I'm talking about the kind of leadership that we have. If what we had a president whose even this basic certificate was questioned. The basic one. The case went up to the Supreme Court. Basic secondary school certificate was in question for several months and years until he served out his 8 years. So maybe we should just say anybody can be president. You don't need a certificate to be president. Maybe that's where we should get to. Because if everyone who comes out to be president, Salih Ibrahim, so those of you, Buhari, those of you who remember the case, the former the speaker now of the House of Reps in 1999 or so, the Toronto University saga, we recall it clearly. What is this thing with forging certificates? Maybe we should just, if certificates are not necessary for good leadership, then maybe we should just jettison the idea of having qualifications and just let anybody just be president. Anybody can be picked up from anywhere and made president.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Hanato.
Good morning, Chidi BC. Good to have you.
Hanato, what you are emphasizing on is, for me, it lies on our constitution.
Absolutely does.
It lies, all the problems we are facing today in our country, Nigeria, lies on our constitution. We talk about civilized countries where things are working well. They rely on, they obey their constitution. In Nigeria, our laws are obeyed based on our constitution. What the President CJ said yesterday or today or thereabout is that the judges should base their judgments on constitution. If these constitutions are not right, this country will not move forward. Then we can't get things right. Why are we delaying ourselves here now? Why this country, a great country? 1983, when I started to follow Nigerian politics, I call this country United States of Nigeria. From 1983 till today, nothing has been changed. Why? Because of our constitution. There are loopholes, there are lacunas in our constitution that does not allow our laws to be implemented to the latter. People are using these lacunas in our constitution to misbehave. This corruption we are talking about, if our constitution are well stipulated, then if you misbehave, you face the wrong. There is no reason. I started hearing about free bargaining just of recent. It's never been, nobody knows about it. So positions in the National Assembly, more especially in Labour Party, where some of them does not have money for postcards. But today they are there because something. Why can't they join up with PDP? If he really wants this country to move forward, let him tell his members at the National Assembly to connect with other opposition parties to correct our constitution.
All right.
If our institution, more especially judiciary, government, executive are well stipulated, all this mechanism will not arise.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Chidi BC. Chidi BC, you just nailed the conversation. Instead of chasing shadows, why don't we chase actual substance? If you're in opposition, rather than wasting time chasing all of these things, going to court, some of these things that you probably would never, get to overturn, why not invest the time being true opposition and raising questions, constitutional issues that can better the country and put the government on its toes? Why do we not have opposition going to the National Assembly, leading, rallies to the opposition, to the National Assembly to say, look, we want a constitutional change. We want a change in the Constitution. How long shall we continue to have this Constitution, which many have described as an inheritance from the military, the same military that we claimed we were kicking out? At what point in our national life would we sit down to say, look, we want to have a constitution that the Nigerian people agree to? that the Nigerian people would make imputes and adopt as their own constitution, not one that was handed to them by the military government. Because most of these issues, I mentioned earlier in the morning, that these are fundamental issues that borders on the Constitution. And if we do not fix them, we'll continue to go round in circles. It's just going to be a virtuous cycle where every election year or electioneering year, there's one issue that comes up, and then we go to the courts, and then we come back, and the next year we go back again. Why don't we just fix this once and for all? If we as Nigerians decide that we want a non-certificate holder to lead us, then so be it. Let it be inserted in the Constitution. We do constitutional reviews every now and then, but we haven't been able to fix these problems. We still have the courts, bamboozled and overwhelmed with election matters every time there's an election. Why don't we fix the Constitution? Once and for all. And decide for ourselves, do we want professors to be president? Do we want, those who have acquired the highest academic qualification to be presidents? Or, look, let's just open it up free for all so we don't have certificate issues hanging all over our necks after every election cycle.
And my brother.
Hello, BB Blessing.
Well done. My name is BB Blessing. Why is this causing everybody problem? Causing everybody. Now, article. And now, you see, therefore, court with our former president will come out, which is Buhari. Why not go face that matter where they for court first? Where face another person headache? Now, if he have that money, I beg her. Did they beg our president? He will not be president to article. May he use that money to for refinery for us. We will go support her for that one. But the issue of certificate, where is there? Where our president submit his certificate before he don't become a president? Why are we like this now? Why are we like this? We know they support that thing. We don't know that the issue where bring, not bring where. Certificate will help. He go help her, or if this man bring certificate today, he go give her to use. The answer say no. Why we cannot do the needful? Even at your look at express now, the free state of the dollar cup. Where is Christy? Who put us for where we get today? I think he'll be president before.
Baby Blessing, which filling station locked up? Which filling station is locked up?
Please, may we take article, may you use that money where take the run up at that, put that for refinery for us.
Which filling station is locked up? I want to hear that because we won't just pass anything on air. Are there filling stations that are locked up, and what is the reason they are locked up? No, please, let's not misinform. Let's not misinform the public. Okay. Hello. Good morning. Good morning, Bright. Good to have you. Sir.
Our problem is not constitution.
What is our problem?
Character and morality.
But at the end of the day, if we're going to correct these things, they run now. Why do you say so?
Okay, now let's bring down the case in this Tinubu and article. Now, the university now has brought up a certificate. Then the same people that are saying that the certificate now is real, that the institution has affirmed the certificate produced by Chicago State University on Tinubu. The same people are the people that are even criticizing the same court that NYSC are not the people that should authenticate the certificate of that is DSS again. If you look at the two variations, NYSC, that the owner of NYSC certificate, said that this certificate is not original.
people say, no, GSS is their work. Now, Atiku has gone further to say that, okay, let me ask you a question now. If you go to bank now, if your name is Ian Nacho C. Ibe in your bank account, and somebody went there and write Ian Nacho, maybe your name is She Ibe, but you write it C in your bank statement, in my bank account, and somebody wrote a check on your name, Ian Nacho, She Ibe. Will bank pay you? So are you going to fight the bank? Is it not for you to go back and correct the this thing? And in Yoruba, a woman can answer Bola and a man can answer Bola. So if they say this certificate now is bearing F, and you come to tell us that is clerical error, who is to be blamed? Who is to be blamed? In Nigeria, we don't normally say the truth. Is it not this Nigeria that said that, okay, now, if you go to election now, they will say, we don't or engage on public opinions. They turn it back and say it's technicalities. Is the law not there? Is the constitution not there? It depends on us, on our morality and character of which a nation is being built. In Nigeria now, they don't ask you again. I remember when we were small, if you buy something and take it to your house, your mother will ask, first of all, ask you, where did you bring this thing from? If the explanation is not clear, they will flog you. Sometimes when we buy something with our money, we know that our parents will ask us questions. We had it in the bush like football. But now, it's the parents that will tell a girl, if you are coming back to Chawamba. From where? A girl that is not working. It's a morality. My man, it's not about constitution. Everything is on black and white there. But we like to circumvent on this and greed.
Okay.
Greed.
All right. Thank you very much, Bright. Thank you for your submission there. The conversation continues. Keep it with us. We'll be talking more. 090-7353-0044 and 090-8766-8888.
It's here. The 18th Abuja International Trade Fair commences from the 28th of September to the 9th of October 2023. The theme for the fair is Sustainable Financing and Taxation. The fair provides the platform to promote businesses, exhibitions, trade and access to investment. Venue is the Abuja Trade and Convention Center, Kilometer 8, Umoru Musa Yar'Adua Expressway, Airport Road, Abuja. We are serious about your business. So, let's join hands to promote that business by your participation in the trade fair. Not they play. For further inquiries and participation, call 0813 633 5182 or 0703 317 1592. The Abuja International Trade Fair is organized by the Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry, ACCI, sponsored by FCT Internal Revenue Service, Dangote PLC, and Zenith Bank.
Lotto don't come o. Come chop better prices every day with only 100 naira. I know they want you. Every day, people get chance to win bone straight hair, iPhones, Samsung phone unko, iPad, laptops, TV, and many orishi them for 100 naira. In Kechi, where you day. Yet Sunday, where that's your 100 naira change. Oga Yanga don't come o. Yanga Lotto don't land. With just 100 naira, it fit be you o. Play Yanga Lotto today. Yanga Lotto, do Yanga.
Oga Yanga madam, make we do the Yanga. Like say we chop in Maka, brother waiting with the matter. Won't you make it Yanga? Yanga Lotto, which come chop the Yanga.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Thank you for staying with us. This is Eagles Outlook on your radio experience you can count on. And this morning we're talking about certificates. Is it a criteria for good leadership? Is it necessary for good leadership or not? And what should be done? Should we go ahead to just open up the whole leadership position or presidential position to anyone in the country, as against this whole certificate or no certificate saga that we've continued to have in the last couple of years, in the last few years, where people's certificates have been questioned, and on those grounds they've been made to vacate positions, even though Nigerians voted for them to occupy those positions. This has been coming from 1999 until now. 24 whole years of democracy. And even before 1999, we had issues of certificates, forgery, and all that. But in our political life, in the fourth republic, this has been a recurring decimal. So maybe we should just end the problem by allowing, or inserting in the constitution that anybody, so long as you're a Nigerian citizen, you don't have to have a certificate to lead us. Hello, good morning.
Olajide from Moses.
Olajide, you're welcome.
You've asked a pertinent question. Should we rearrange the constitution to say, okay, even if you don't have anything, you can contest? But I will continue to say it here, Prince Inasho. And the last speaker has even tried to process it. Nigeria will always be Nigeria. You get what I'm saying? No! NPC has won. In the National Assembly, just like you have talked, and many other people have talked, we have the PDP always, they have very close to APC number. We have Labour. These are the people, they claim they are landing on New Nigeria. Since that house has been inaugurated, have you ever seen any different voice in that house? See, please, Inacho, if you are put into that house today, I tell by the time you get there, you will comply.
That's why I don't want to go there. That's why I don't want to go there.
Oh, okay, you can check now. That's why I asked. Okay, look at the woman from FCT. The woman from FCT. She rides on the platform of New Nigeria. She has been there. Have you heard anything from her? The talking money they say, have you ever heard her or have you ever seen her to stand on that ambush chamber and say, no, I'm not going to be part of this. Let it not be done. We have orders from other states. Have you ever seen any one of them stand on that ambush chamber and say, no, this Mongols money we are collecting, it is not going to be business as usual. This is how it's supposed to be. Have you ever seen anyone something like that? Finally, because of others, what President Atiku did, I am very grateful. He has done Nigeria well. He put Nigeria to limelight of a nation that wants integrity, that wants Nigeria to be recognized. But the thought she took there was not what she met there. Let me know, except what this I said. After Nigerians believe that the man never attended that school, that is pretending. But as God will have it, that school is not in Nigeria, it's not in any continent of Africa, it's in America. The school came out boldly, on hold, that this same man attended our school, he graduated from our school. That means that school has removed shame from Nigeria. That the president we have here is a true graduate of Chicago State University. I'm very glad for that. There's no shame in it. If I didn't agree with you, I will go to any man to see. Then when it's now blown to us to see that, yes, this is free. The man that Atiku has done us well. And it has put Nigerians that, yes, the president there is a true student of Chicago State University.
All right.
According to that school. So whatever we are saying, are you not saying that is there any time, any school, any job want to appoint you, they will not screen you? If any Nigerian go to another country with say something, they will shut him out.
All right,
that is basic. God bless you. God bless Nigeria.
God bless you too. Thank you very much. Let's bring in another caller. We'll dedicate the last few minutes of the show to teachers this morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Prince Hanacho.
Thank you so much for joining us. What's your name, please?
My name is Emeka from Airport Road.
Emeka, you're welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah. So please, I just want to say, I just want to, say something about this, the way that what she called BB Blessing. If BB Blessing doesn't know what is happening in the country, I mean, she should be guided. This particular issue, this particular certificate issue, I don't think she knows what is going on about it. She's not coming out on air and be talking what she doesn't know about. Please, she should be guided about that.
Emeka.
Yeah.
Emeka, BB Blessing follows the news, and I'm very aware of that. And she also has a right to express herself on certain issues. There are many other Nigerians who believe that, look, certificate does not matter. It doesn't count. It does not help anybody. There are many Nigerians like that.
Certificate does not matter. That means we shouldn't be going to school.
That's the belief of many other Nigerians. Even people who graduated from the universities say it's that school na scam. Haven't you heard that popular palace in the streets?
I've had it, and that is what is taking over now.
So there are people who, whether they go to school or not, they still believe that education and the certificates don't count.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Emeka, for sharing your thoughts. Let's move on quickly. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Welcome.
Olushola is calling from Central Area.
Prince who?
Olushola is calling from Central Area.
I'm glad you're here, Olushola. Let me hear you.
Thank you. First of all, I would be very glad if you can connect me with Olajide. I've been looking for him. He's my friend since.
Okay.
But I lost the number.
Do you are you on Facebook? I think the easiest place to connect would be on social media.
If you listen to me, I think you can text Abdusalam Olushola on Facebook.
Abdusalam Olushola on Facebook. That's good. I hope he's listening and he gets that.
Okay, thank you. The problem we have in Nigeria, sorry, sometimes we pursue shadow a lot. I attended one course in Kenya, sir. My name is Abdusalam Olushola. They wrote Abdusam Olushola. Since 2013, I've written to them. They have not even replied me. They reply me, but they have not even given me the certificate tomorrow. And I don't have any money to travel back to Kenya now. And I have my cousin that we did it together. They made mistake in our tutor. But what I want to say is that you get to a certain level, when you confirm something, you have to know that other things pursue not better. The school say graduating, this is the set, this is the something. But when F is written in terms of M, maybe written the typographic error, and we continue doing parabolating on that issue. For how long will we want to tell the government on the throne that do what we need, do what masses need, if we use almost a year to pursue that thing? And there are many things. Autonomy to the local government is there. Restructuring is there. Many things are on the ground. We're supposed to have a common ground, especially masses, and continue doing this. But if we leave that thing and we say, and one thing about this one is that no matter what you do, if somebody hates you, they will continue. And the slogan of PhD is still there, pull him down at any time. Even if he's being pulled down, it's not automatically they will give this thing to somebody. They are going to reconduct another election. So I just urge my colleague, I got my masses of Nigeria. Don't let people carry away what we need. Let us, because that's how we continue shouting until Baba go that time. Certificate issue, all these things, and we continue. But let us focus on what we need. We need good transport system, we need housing, we need good health, we need good school. Look at the public school staff. Individual of us, we can pay 200,000, 100,000 on going to public, on taking our children to public in private school. But the public school that is close to our house, we cannot even meet the government of the community. Say, we need the school to be rejuvenated. We are going to have 20,000 to 20,000 you are collecting. We need more teachers. We need more infrastructure in that school so that this thing will reduce our attention, will reduce our expenses. God bless you. Thank you
very much, Olushola. Let's bring in this caller quickly. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Thank you for joining us. What's your name, sir?
Thank you for having such a wonderful program this morning.
Appreciate you.
My name is Abu Johnson from Apple here.
Okay.
I want to quickly make my comment, particularly on this, whether Tinubu went to university or not. But the issue is that whatever information you gave on oath, when they finally discover that there are discrepancies in the information you get, it becomes a crime. And that was why the Bayelsa former finance minister was removed in office. And now we're having so many stories. You asked a pertinent question and said, is it right for a school SAT holder to be ruling over 15 million Nigerian graduates and over 50,000 professors and doctorates? It is wrong, wrong. Whether the constitution is there or not, the information provided was, this is who I am. And now we have discovered so many things. But the problem I'm having in Nigeria is that we are I don't even know how to put it. We are so sentimental in a way that we really do not know what rightfully belongs to us. Politicians are manipulating us as they like, making us look as if we never went to school. Their children are abroad and are kept vandalizing and spoiling everything in the country. If they are ruling us well, why are they pushing their children abroad? Let them be here and be attending the same healthcare facilities I'm attending, or the same education my children are attending, or the same route my children are flying. It's rather unfortunate that a pertinent issue like this, that we Nigerians are supposed to think and reason enough. We're not looking at it. We are looking at politics. We are looking at the tribal sentiment. We are looking at what is not there.
All right.
Whether the court tells us what is right or not, let Nigerians think about Bayelsa. That means we wrongfully remove that man. Let Nigerians think about Femi Adeoshi. That means we wrongfully persecuted that woman. Let Nigerians think about every other person. Why is it that when it comes to presidential issue, we relegate it to secondary school level? Why?
That's a big question.
We took credit. A minister to be confirmed. What a shame in our country. What a shame. Thank you
so much. Thank you so much for your thoughts and well-expressed opinion on that subject. Thank you very much to everyone who's been a part of the conversation. Well, let's arrest it now. Let's end it here by saying that, let's use the next few minutes to appreciate teachers. Today is the World Teachers Day. And the theme for this year's World Teachers Day is the teachers we need for the education we want. The global imperative to reverse the teacher shortage. Across the world, there's teacher shortages. Many people do not even want to be teachers anymore. Because, why do you even want to be a teacher when you spend so much time, you teach a lot of people, and then they cannot even... people who did not go through the four walls or who did not pass through the schools, are leading them and making decisions on their behalf. Why do you want to be a teacher if, you're not, the profession is not dignified, is not given the right, recognition and respect? Why do you want to be a teacher if the educational sector in your country is left to rot? Why would anyone want to be a teacher when they can be teachers in higher institutions and not have a desk or even an office space? The highest teachers in the higher institutions who do not have spaces or office spaces, even when they don't have furniture in those office spaces in some schools of higher learning. Why do you want to be a teacher if the primary schools and the secondary schools that you teach in are dilapidated, without furniture, and you watch children sit on the floor, and sometimes you have to teach them under a tree? Why would anyone want to be a teacher? So this morning, I want to take out this time to celebrate everyone who, in spite of all that's going on, has gone ahead to become professional teachers. not just any teacher, professional and passionate teachers who have taken this role to instill discipline, to inculcate, good morals, and to educate our young ones formally. I want to say thank you. Thank you. They say the reward of a teacher is in heaven. But this morning, I say take your flowers. If you're a teacher, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Today, you may be underrated. But tomorrow, some people would appreciate you for, like I would. Like I want to take this next few seconds to say thank you to everyone who taught me. From nursery to primary to secondary to higher institutions. Thank you very much. I really appreciate what you did. Not everyone has the patience to be a teacher. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who sacrificed their time to walk into a classroom to teach a bunch of children who didn't even want to be in class. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And I hope that as you continue to do and undertake this line of work, that you reap your reward here on earth. Your reward should not be in heaven, because you deserve better than our politicians who are looting our country dry and lining their pockets with our commonwealth. You deserve to be treated better as a teacher in this country. Thank you so much for what you do. Thank you for your contribution to national development. Martha is here. Martha, good morning to you. How are you today?
I'm fine. Thank you.
How are you?